Hello guys, it's Jonathan and welcome to another decentralized finance tutorial. Are you using MetaMask wallet with decentralized finance apps like PancakeSwap, Uniswap, Venus, all these kind of decentralized apps? Are you using them with MetaMask? If the answer is yes, and if you have more than $10,000 in your wallet, in your MetaMask wallet, or somewhere locked in a smart contract, you're doing a huge mistakes and your funds are at risk. In today's video, we're gonna understand why your funds are at risk if you're using MetaMask with a lot of money with decentralized finance apps. But don't worry, we're also gonna learn how we can mitigate this risk, how we can overcome it and make our funds in DeFi safe. So if you have more than $5,000, $10,000 in DeFi and you are still using MetaMask wallet, private key, seed phrase, watch this video till this end and I promise that your crypto life will be better and your funds will be safer and you will not wake up one day and lose all your funds, because this might happen if this is what you are doing right now. But before we start, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and click the small bell notification button so when I post this kind of educational videos, you can see them as soon as possible. And also consider smashing that like button in order to help the YouTube algorithm to expose these videos to many more people that it can help them to make their funds safe. So you're using MetaMask, maybe you have a MetaMask wallet, you created the MetaMask wallet, you have the seed phrase, you put it a password, and now you're using your browser extension in order to interact with PancakeSwap, maybe with Uniswap or other decentralized finance app, decentralized exchanges, dApps, decentralized applications in DeFi. And I want to explain you what is going on right there so you understand exactly what are the risks involved when you're doing such things. So when you create a MetaMask wallet, you are basically installing a browser extension. It might be Chrome, it might be Brave, it might be Firefox. You're installing a browser extension that lets you connect to this decentralized finance app through Web 3.0 RPC nodes. And when you create your wallet, it generates a new wallet address for you using a seed phrase. You are having this kind of 12 seed phrase words. You need to keep them in a safe way because using the seed phrase, this is equivalent to your private key. If someone has access to your seed phrase, he can basically get access to your wallet and steal all the funds, get them out from smart contracts, or maybe just if they're sitting inside a wallet, he can withdraw them. So this is the importance of your seed phrase. And another thing is that when you create your wallet, you supply a password. The password that you supply is basically the password that MetaMask locks your MetaMask account. So every time you open the browser and click the MetaMask icon, you will have to put in the password. And what happens in the background is that when you open the browser, the private key is stored inside the memory of the MetaMask app, but it's encrypted. It's encrypted, which means that if someone hacks your computer, it will be very hard to access this private key. But when you put this password, then what MetaMask does, it's decrypt the private key so he can actually use it in order to sign transactions and send them to the blockchain, to the decentralized application smart contracts. So once you put in the password in your MetaMask browser, then MetaMask take this password, using this password, it decrypts the private key, and now he has in memory in a clear text way, in a very visible way that every other program, not every other program, but it's easier for other program to access or other extension to access, because he needs to use this private key to sign the transactions and send them to the blockchain. Now, what are the risks? What do you think are the risks in this kind of mechanism, this kind of how it works? So the first risk is that you have another extension on your browser. And some extensions use exploits and vulnerabilities in order to access the memory space of other extensions. So let's say you have MetaMask extension installed in your Chrome browser, and at the same time you download another extension, YouTube to MP3, to MP3, YouTube to MP3, or YouTube downloader, or social media kind of extension. And this extension has a malicious code inside that what it does, it looks for another extension that's called MetaMask, and once he finds it, he knows exactly where in the memory space or where the private key is being stored, and he steals the private key. This is the only goal of the extension, and there are a lot of extensions that are malicious in the Chrome Web Store or in the Firefox add-ons. These kind of things exist. Then, when you do such thing, when you have many extensions that might be malicious, your funds are not safe. They are at risk. This is risk number one. Another risk, let's say you downloaded something to your computer, an executable, if it's Mac, a DMG file, or I don't know, if it's Linux, it may be deb file. Doesn't matter what operating system you have, you might have malwares on your computer. And if there is a malware that is sophisticated and looks big, and you have to remember that the private key is somewhere inside the memory space, and not just in the memory space, in the Chrome, in a Chrome browser app. So in the process of the Chrome, in the memory inside the computer, there is the private key somewhere there. And if someone wrote a malware that searched for this kind of patterns, this kind of private key, can easily extract the private key from the memory of your computer and then steal your funds again. Another risk, maybe you lose your computer physically, or maybe you leave it somewhere and someone just got access, you didn't lock your computer and your browser were open, and also you just sent a MetaMask transaction and someone got physical access to your computer, you can actually go and withdraw your funds or export your seed phrase. And this is the third risk. So all these kind of risks, now you understand why it's not recommended to use MetaMask when you have more than 5K, more than 10K, basically an amount that you don't want to lose one day because of a malware, a malicious extension, or loss of physical access. Now you ask, oh my God, this is so scary, but don't worry, there is a solution. And the solution is this kind of small device right here that's called Ledger. This device is a hardware wallet, which means this is a wallet. This looks like a thumb drive, but it's actually a blockchain wallet. This device has a special operating system that you can actually connect it by using this USB cable to the computer, and now you can have a wallet right here where you can receive and send funds. Why is it more secure, you ask? Because this has an entire operating system inside, including a memory. Special operating system that's designed to be a secured wallet. A lot of security approaches when they built this device, they thought about security, which means that when you send transactions through this device, when you send tokens, when you send transactions to smart contracts, it's also possible. The private key is inside here in the memory, encrypted here with some kind of PIN code that you supply, and the private key never touches your computer, the memory of your computer, the memory of your browser. So unless someone has this device and he has the code that you supplied, he cannot access your funds. Doesn't matter if you have malware in your computer, if you have malicious extension, if someone stole your computer, and he cannot do it because he needs this device, and not just this device, he needs this kind of PIN code that you supply when you set up the device, because the private key is encrypted inside the memory of this device with the PIN code that you supplied. So this is the recommended way to go if you have more than $10,000 in your accounts. And actually, if you want to buy it now, I will put a link in the description below. It's super cheap. This is called Ledger Nano S. You have also the X model. Both of them will work. The only difference is the storage or the different features. I use both Nano X and Nano S. I will put a link in the description below if you want to purchase. Then I will really appreciate if you use my affiliate link, that I can get some bread for my work, so I make this content for you. If you appreciate my content, if you like it, consider using the link in the description below and buy through my recommendation, my affiliation. And now this device is not only for sending and receiving Bitcoins or Ethereum or BNB, but you can actually connect this Ledger device to your MetaMask wallet, and then basically there is some kind of integration between the Ledger device to the MetaMask wallet to Web 3.0 application, decentralized applications. So every time you send transactions to PancakeSwap, for example, or Uniswap, you will be asked to approve the transaction right here in the Ledger device. And when approving, actually, the private key will never touch the computer. Okay, it will be secured in the memory of this kind of small device. So you will go to some kind of you have to connect first the ledger device to the MetaMask application, but the MetaMask is only the gateway to the blockchain, to the Web 3.0 blockchain, and it doesn't have the private key. Only this device has the private key. So you connect the ledger to the MetaMask, and then you browse to your favorite DeFi app. Let's say it's PancakeSwap. Now you put a transaction, let's say it's a swap transaction, you want to swap tokens, and then a MetaMask pop-up will prompt. You will click approve, and now the ledger will be connected to the computer, and you will see a prompt in your ledger, and you will have to approve the transaction in the ledger as well. And what happens in the background is that actually the ledger takes the transaction, he signs it with a private key, he makes sure that it's valid, and then it basically transfers the signed transaction already to the MetaMask. So MetaMask doesn't know the private key, and MetaMask only have a package. Imagine that it's a package that the ledger actually sealed. He sealed the transaction with a private key, and then the transaction already, it's ready already, and it goes to the MetaMask browser extension, and then the MetaMask browser extension actually sends it to the decentralized app, to the smart contract, to the blockchain. So this is the most secure way to use DeFi, especially if you have a lot of funds. So if you haven't already and you have more than $10,000 in crypto, in DeFi, you have to do it right now. Even, you know what, just get a ledger device. Doesn't matter if you use my affiliate link or not. My goal in this video is that many more people will have safer way of using DeFi, and they will not lose. There will be less hacks and less people will suffer, because I know how sad it is when you wake up one morning and then maybe $2,000 are lost because there was a malware in your computer. This is very sad, and you don't want to get to the day when such thing happens. So don't be lazy. Go there, buy the ledger. You can use my affiliate links if you want. Set it up. I have another tutorial. I will put a link in the description below, how to connect the ledger to your MetaMask wallet. And also I will have another tutorial of how to use PancakeSwap with Ledger, how to use Uniswap with Ledger. All these kind of tutorials, I'm currently working on them, so people will have better life in DeFi and crypto, and we will see less scams and less hacks. This is my mission in this channel, and I'm really appreciate that you are watching this video, and I'm super happy that everyone that watched this video and learn about these things, it made my day, and I bring my value to the universe. So thank you so much for watching this video in particular, and my videos in general. And please, again, consider subscribing and smashing the like button so more and more people can watch these videos and learn to secure their funds. If you have any questions about Ledger, about DeFi, ask them in the comments below, and I will be more than happy to answer to all of them. Right now I answer to every single comment. Sometimes it takes me 1 day, sometimes 2 days, and sometimes 1 hour. But don't desist, ask them in the comments below, and I will answer, and we can actually discuss about everything. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.